There is a common misconception that Pythagoras was the one to create his theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared, as his name is in it. However, it was actually around at the same time as the Babylonians and Indians, which were well before his time. It is stated that Pythagoras first encountered the theorem as a Babylonian arithmetical technique, meaning he most likely just heard of it. It is also stated that Pythagoras was more of a philosopher and a cosmologist than he was a mathematician, which also further proves this. He apparently sacrificed around 100 oxen in response to that knowledge. What emerges from this evidence is that Pythagoras was not a master geometer who provides rigorous proofs, but rather Pythagoras as someone who recognizes and celebrates certain geometrical relationships as of high importance. There is something, however, which states that whilst he did not create the theorem, it is because of it that irrational numbers were discovered, as something such as the square root of 13 does not have a whole number answer. The Pythagoreans had a motto that was all is number. Even the words philosophy, or love is wisdom, and mathematics, or that which is learned, is believed to have first been used and defined by the Pythagoreans. One of the many uses of Pythagoras' theorem includes crane work. An example of this is the new Audi being built in Mount Gambier. Here, the crane is approximately 50 meters tall and 5 meters away from the beams on the ground. It is from this that we can use the theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find the optimal length the boom needs to be to lift up the beams. So from this, we can use 50 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared, which also equals 2,500 plus 25 equals c squared. Then we can add those numbers to get 2,525 equals c squared. Then we can square root the number to get rid of the squared, which gives us the square root of 2,525, which approximately equals 50.25. Therefore, the optimal length of the boom is approximately 50.25 meters. Another example is that the owners of a house want to convert a stairway leading from the ground to their back porch into a ramp. The porch is 3 feet off the ground, and due to building regulations, the ramp must start 12 feet away from the base of the porch. So then how long will the ramp be? From the above equation, we can set the height of the porch as A, the length of the base of the ramp as B, and the actual length of the ramp as C. From this, we can find the length of the ramp using the theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or the square root of x squared plus y squared equals c. So then, the square root of 3 squared plus 12 squared equals c becomes the square root of 153 equals c. The result will then tell us that the ramp will be approximately 12.37 feet long. In an interview with Christopher Sonego in Horsham, it was found that, as stated by Mr. Sonego, whilst the theorem used to be used by workers on site, it is not used as much anymore, as frames and trusses are pre-made in a factory these days, and the builders only assemble the building rather than make the length themselves. The only time Pythagoras is used on site is if the person is making their own house. The times that Pythagoras would normally be used, the information, such as lengths, are now just inputted into a program that does the working out for us. It is not used as much as apprentices are not taught it. Although it is not used so much on site these days, it is still used somewhere to make the lengths before they are sent to us. Even if they don't use it, someone still had to know it to program the software. Pythagoras was also famous when he was alive, although that fame was not because of mathematics or science, but because of his philosophy on the fate of the soul after death, which was that the soul was immortal and will go through a series of reincarnations. So basically, whilst Pythagoras' name is in the name of the theorem, he himself was not really a mathematician. What a crazy man.